Alright, where I now. Namaste everyone, welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. You can also go to our website, which is hindiuniversity.org to find out more details about how you can engage with us. Here's a little bit of information if you are completely new to HU. And if you're interested in joining the Sunday session that we have, you can just use the Zoom link that I shared here. And then, you can use the meeting ID also, right? I mean, that way you can kind of come and join us, and regardless of your Hindi level, if you're a complete beginner or advanced, you can join us and participate in the discussions. We also have a small enrollment page, which is basically we use to make sure that you are a genuine users and a learner, and you can use this WhatsApp group also to kind of like enroll yourself into HU. As you know, this year we are focusing on two main books, Pingu Learns Hindi as well as Elementary Hindi by Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi. Pingu Learns Hindi is a Hindi University book, and Elementary Hindi, Richard Delacy is associated with the Harvard University. He's a Hindi professor at the Harvard University. As you know, we started on chapter number 24 two weeks ago on the Richard Delacy book, where we spoke about how to use the imperfective participles using in adjective as well as adverb. So we will continue on that topic in this class as well. I'll give a quick refresher from the previous class, and then we'll make progress on that. Okay. As always, feel free to pause whenever you have any questions, just so that we can kind of like break things down and move accordingly. Okay, so if you guys recall, when we started the previous class, we had discussions about how some grammatical concept or some verbs can be modified so they can used as an adjective. Okay, and we use the example, like imagine you have a scenario where you have a simple sentence called a boy is smiling. Okay, where smile is used as a verb to describe what the action the noun is performing. Okay, the boy is smiling versus the smiling boy. Now in the second sentence, the smiling boy, we discussed that it's not describing the action, but it is rather describing the boy or the quality of the boy. So in this one, it is acting as an adjective because it's describing the noun. Okay, so we spent a lot of time describing about how when a verb, when you want to use it as an adjective, how it changes in Hindi, and we practiced a lot on that, right? So we mentioned about that these are called imperfective or participle. So we said, like, you take the verb, which is basically hasna or muskarana. Okay, you remove the na and you put the ta, te or ti based on the number and the gender of the noun, and then you put the perfective form of hona, hua, hue, hui. Okay, and then you put the noun after that. So I hope all of you recall that. Okay, now in this class we spoke about how we can use the same thing, the verb, as an adverb also. Okay, so if you guys recall, what are adverbs? So just like when you talk about adjective, these are describing the noun or pronoun. When we talk about adverbs, these are the grammatical constructs which are modifying the verb, the adjective, or sometimes the adverb itself. Okay, they talk about the manner in which things are done. So when you say the boy the boy worked. Okay, the boy worked basically, but now you want to describe how the boy may have worked, the manner in which the person worked. Okay, or the boy asked a question. Let's say you have a simple sentence, the boy asked a question, but let's say you want to describe the manner in which the question was asked. You can say the boy asked the question eagerly. Okay, eagerly is modifying the the verb. Okay, ask. It is describing how the question was asked. Okay, similarly the other examples are given, like most of them, a lot of them are, they end with ly. Okay, adverbs: happily, fortunately, carefully, thoughtfully, all of these are examples of adverb. Okay, so this is just a quick sort of background on adverbs. Okay, so now we'll learn about the same thing that we discussed, but now it will apply to adverb. Okay, any questions so far? We are just simply getting started, and it's just the definition part. So we'll, as always, we'll start with simple sentence and then we'll dig deeper. Okay, so let's say the question in this case is, your simple sentence called, the boy or the girl said. Okay, whatever they may have said, but like, let's say it's a very simple sentence written in the past indefinite tense. The boy said. How will you say that in Hindi? So far there is, uh, we just have a simple verb here. The boy said.
लड़का कहा.
Okay. Dev Kripaji, you want to give it a try? How will you say that in Hindi? The boy.
लड़की
Okay, very good. Let's say you want to say it slightly differently.
मैं बोलती हूँ.
Okay. So when I say I speak, मैं बोलती हूँ. When you say I said in the past. Now, interestingly, it can be used for both transitive and intransitive. But let's say you want to say it in a transitive manner. How will you use it? Okay, let's say you want to use the word called कहना here. To make it easy, कहना. Or to tell. कहना is to tell. Maybe I'll make it easy for you. Let's say I told. Okay, Jackie ji, how will you say this one? I told.
मैंने कहा.
मैंने कहा. Well, मैंने कहा. Okay, मैंने. So far so good, right? मैंने कहा. Because what you did was why did you put ne here?
Because it's transitive.
Transitive, and it is used in the past tense, so मैंने कहा. Okay, so far no issues, right? It's a simple sentence that we wrote. Now let's say if you want to use an adverb, you could simply say I thought, or I told, easily. Okay, we were just simply using normal adverbs so far. I told easily. That would be
आसानी से.
आसानी से. मैंने आसानी से कहा. Okay, it's ending with ly. मैंने आसानी से कहा. I said, or I told happily. I told happily. Same thing, you will say मैंने खुशी से कहा, or let's say you have angrily. How will you say that?
What's he say?
Which one?
Gussy?
गुस्से से. Very good. गुस्से से. Okay, मैंने गुस्से से कहा. Okay, so far we are just basically going back to how a lot of the adverbs, when you're saying it, they will be used with postposition से. मैंने आसानी से कहा, मैंने गुस्से से कहा, मैंने खुशी से कहा. Okay, मैंने सावधानी से कहा, केयरफुली, मैंने सावधानी से कहा और मैं सावधानी से चला. ओके, so far, or boldly, right? मैंने all of these things that you can sort of say, right? I mean, सावधानी से, धीरे से, like, which is basically softly, or boldly, निडरता से. Okay, so the point being, like, so far you can say that you have a specific word that can be used as an adjective. But imagine, and all of these are describing, what is it describing? It is describing the verb.
manner in which you said it.
Exactly. It is describing the manner in which you said. Pay attention to that. Remember this key word throughout the class. It is describing the manner in which this thing is being done. But now let's say you want to use a verb to describe the manner. Okay. Now let's say you want to use the verb called hasna. Okay, hasna, to describe the manner. Okay, how would you do that? The same thing I told, smilingly or laughingly. Let's say you want to, it may not be appropriate in English, but let's say you want to say I told laughingly. You're using the underlying thing is a verb, but you want to use it as an adverb. I said laughingly. Okay, now all the previous one, easily, happily, angrily, these are normal, we see them, right? But this one, if you notice it, it's a verb which is sort of used to describe the manner. Okay, so in the previous class, if you remember, we worked with participles, and these are nothing but when a verb is used to describe the other parts of speech, such as like adjectives and adverbs, these are known as participles. So what we did was we used the verb called hasna, okay, and you remove the na. In this case, it's always the ending with a, so it's always basically a, te, plus always hue, always hue. So you take the masculine singular form of the participle, masculine singular form of the participle, and you take the oblique case of it. It's a long way of saying that it's always remove the na and put te, and then always put hue. Okay, I'm gonna say it a few times because it's this one is a little bit of a complex topic, right? So same thing, I told laughingly, it would be Austin ji, it would be मैंने,
हंसते हुए कहा.
there you go, मैंने हंसते हुए कहा, मैंने हंसते हुए कहा. So you started with the simple sentence मैंने कहा, but now you want to give the quality to the verb, right? Same thing that we were using ly, now you said it using the underlying, the another verb हंसना, and you said मैंने हंसते हुए कहा. Okay, I hope everyone is sort of following it. Okay, now with this pattern, let's use another verb to come up with an adverb. Let's say your verb is Ghana. You want to replace hasna with another verb. Delia ji?
Instead of hasna, Gana? No. Gate hue.
There you go. मैंने गाते हुए कहा. You are describing the manner in which you said something. मैंने गाते हुए कहा. Okay, let's say you want to go crying. I said crying, or the verb is to cry is
Rona.
very good. Sunny ji, you want to use this verb rona, and you want to modify, or you want to describe the manner in which you said.
मैंने रोता हुई कहा.
Okay, one more time. मैंने
मैंने रोता.
Okay, So it's basically rona is the verb. You remove the na for and you put ta, te, or ti. For masculine singular is ta, masculine plural is te, and feminine singular and feminine plural is always ti. Okay, so rota is masculine singular, that is correct. But we always take the oblique case of it, and it becomes
Rote?
रोते हुए कहा, रोते हुए कहा, गाते हुए और हंसते हुए. It's like, if you remember that the old song from the movie Amitabh Bachchan, रोते हुए आते हैं सब, right? It's really they're using the imperfective participle as an adverb. रोते हुए आते हैं सब. So look it up, on YouTube. Maybe it will sort of fit in your mind then. रोते हुए आते हैं सब. Sub is all. Everyone, they come in the world, cryingly, basically, or crying. They come in the world crying. Like when the baby is born, the first thing they do is crying. That's what the song is saying. And then he keeps on saying, Hasta hua jo jayega, the one who leaves the planet, smilingly. Okay? And then it keeps going. So in a way, it's a little bit of a philosophical song, but yeah, look it up if you can. Anyway, let's keep going. मैंने हंसते हुए कहा, मैंने गाते हुए कहा, मैंने रोते हुए कहा. Let's keep going. So again, think of it. It's describing the manner in which something is being said, and it is making an adverb. Can anyone think of any other verb they want to try here?
Excitedly?
Very good. How will you say that?
Excited.
Okay.
Utsah? Utsah
Okay.
se?
Okay.
Utsi?
So you can say utsah se. Okay. You can say, if you want to use it, if you want to use it as a verb, you will say utsahit hona. Utsahit hona is to get excited. Okay. So if you want to say that, it'll be basically utsahit hote hue kaha. I'm just using your verb, and I'm just kind of telling you that how the verb is changed into the masculine singular participle, and I change into an oblique form of it. Utsahit hote hue, and I'm putting hue next to it. Okay. Nervously. Okay. Nervously. What is the word for nervous? Okay, I'm going to give it to you. It's a hard one. So it's
बेचैन से
okay, that's correct. You can also use this one. घबराते हुए. Okay, मैंने घबराते हुए कहा. घबराना. Okay, घबराना. In case if someone is wondering how to write it in Devanagari, it's g, the other one rana. So it's घबराते हुए कहा. Okay, again it is describing the manner. Okay, मुस्कुराते हुए, let's say you want to say, I said thoughtfully. Thoughtfully. Sharmila ji? To think is?
Soch.
Yeah. Okay, now very good. So then I said thoughtfully would be?
सोचते हुए.
मैंने सोचते हुए कहा. Okay, मैंने सोचते हुए कहा. Okay. Any question so far? Anyone?
Yes, I have a question. When you say sochte hue, doesn't it imply I thought and then said? So
Okay, so you're sharing a reflection or comment, or what's the question? I'm just trying to dig deeper.
Okay. No, I was just thinking. There was no question or comment. I was just
Okay.
wondering.
That's right. So I said thoughtfully. You are describing the manner in which you said, right?
Okay.
You're describing the word because everything is I said, but now you're
Okay.
describing everything is a manner in which you said. Okay. So again, going back to the previous thing, that how you can use the verb. Like sometime it is easily you have the handy adverb available, just like in English. But other times, just like in English or other languages, you borrow it from a verb and you make an adverb. And how do you do that? You take the verb, you remove the na, or you make a participle out of it. You put te and you put hue next to it, and that gives you the sort of your adverb. Okay.
Actually, can I also ask?
Uh-huh.
This gabrate hue, it means nervously, but gabrana as a verb, what does it mean?
Gabrana is a verb. That's right.
Yeah, but what does it mean as a verb?
Gabrana as a verb. Who would like to answer that? Gabrana.
I guess it is to get nervous.
To get nervous. That is correct. To get nervous. Gabrana.
Oh, and it doesn't need hona or karna or nothing. It's just
You can use it with that as well. Like, मैं लड़का बहुत घबरा रहा है. Okay, he is getting nervous. When you're saying it, लड़का घबरा रहा है, like, that means he's getting nervous. Okay. You're right, घबरा जाना, just like some of the other verbs also, you can use it with, other, you know, other forms as well. So I think that's what you were thinking. But yes, by itself, you can use it as a word, घबराना.
thanks.
Yeah, of course.
So
Okay.
Asuji, these have all been in the past tense. Does this still work if it was present tense or future tense?
Yes, 100%. You want to use it as an example?
Mene sochte hue. Kaunga.
Okay. So don't use ne then. Use.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't make ne. Me sochte hue. Kaunga.
Okay. So yeah, you want to use it, Ron. सोचते हुए. Let's say you want to generally say that, Ron सोचते हुए काम कर रहा है. Okay, Ron सोचते हुए काम कर रहा है. Okay, here.
Work thoughtfully.
Yes, right.
Ron is working thoughtfully.
That's right. So, I mean, I just made up the example, but you see the point. Like in your case, you just want to use this as an adverb, and you are just trying to modify the underlying sentence. Okay, and you're just.
And it always stays masculine singular.
That's right. It's always stays masculine singular. Basically. You create
So if we didn't have Ron there and we had we there.
Yeah, very good. हम सोचते हुए काम कर रहे हैं. Okay.
Yeah.
You can also say, and this which will be coming soon, you can also say this thing twice.
Sochte.
Sochte. There you go. You can also say sochte. That's also using the verb and describing the manner. When you say this thing, actually this was my the next thing, which maybe we can spend time on it. Okay, so this is your base case. You should, any questions so far on this one, on the base case?
No, I have a question, but it's related to the first thing you've mentioned, when the adjective changes to an adverb. We've seen, for example.
No, I didn't say adjective changes to adverb. I said the verb changes to an adverb, but it's okay. Ask your question. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking, for example, asani se or kushi se, and then guse se. How do I know the ending?
How do I know the ending? Oh, I see. So how do I know, like, where to put say? Like, when I have
I and then
So
Yeah.
how do I know when to use the verb to make an adverb versus just adverb by itself?
Yes.
You know, basically you're saying like I said angrily. Okay, angrily. How do I know when to use angrily like gusse se versus when do I need to use the underlying sort of or another verb and make an adverb out of it? It's a very good question actually. Um, there is no sort of, it's just like in any other language also, right? How will I say, anyone has any reflection on it?
I think it's one is describing the manner as in how you're doing it angrily, and the other one is actually describing the action. That's how I haste hue while laughing.
No, no, I think
I
the,
said.
no, that is, I think the question is really, and if I understood correctly, like when do I know that gusse se, I have to say it as a gusse se, the word, because it's not a, gussa hona is a verb. You can say मैंने गुस्सा होते हुए कहा. But I think his question is, here you'd use the post position. Basically, you have by default an adverb basically given. Versus
By
like,
adding say, you're making it anger becomes angrily by adding the say.
yeah, that's right.
That's just the basic grammar of Hindi, isn't
Yeah,
it? The say does it. The ly equivalent in Hindi is say.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but I think my question was easier. Like, for example, happy is kush, right? But then the adverb is kushi se. Why is not kush se? What, or
I
Why
think,
not
may I,
push? Yeah, go ahead.
may I say something?
Yeah,
So if we have the first, like kushi se, gusse se, this all are nouns. Like it's not from the verb kush, it's from the noun kushi and from the noun gussa. So because we take the oblique of these nouns, kushi is feminine, so in oblique it stays feminine, kushi se, but gussa is masculine, and in oblique it becomes gusse, so it's gusse se. These are nouns, but in this case, haste way we have verbs.
perfect. Yeah. I got
clear?
it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you very
That
much.
was great, Delacy and Nandini ji. Awesome. So this is your base case. Okay, I hope everyone. Now we'll do the another case, which is basically when the action is repeated over time and constantly. Okay, that is the case we'll be talking about. So let me just go over that also. So the new case here I said is basically, now imagine you have action is repeated over time. Action is repeated over time, or let's say constantly. Okay, so we'll give a simple example. Let's say you have okay, so let's say you have a simple example that's basically the kids got tired. Okay, I think Usha Jain also uses the same example. Let's say when you were to say it in Hindi, you will say बच्चे थक गए. बच्चे थक गए. Kids got tired. It's written in past indefinite. बच्चे थक गए. Okay, बच्चे थक गए. Okay. Now let's say you want to use the underlying. What they were doing is they were playing खेलना. Okay. When you want to use the masculine singular form of your participle in oblique form, it becomes खेलना becomes खेलते. So normally you would say बच्चे खेलते हुए थक गए. This is how you would say it. Okay, but it's again it's grammatically it's correct, but let's say you want to say it in a different way, that over the period of time that they kept playing and playing, and as a result of it they got tired. when you want to describe that, what you would do is you would say this thing, खेलते खेलते थक गए. ओके, बच्चे खेलते खेलते थक गए, और मैं खेलते खेलते थक गया. ओके, मैं खेलते खेलते थक गया. ओके, Sebastian ji, instead of खेलना, let's say I'm giving a lecture or a class, and in the entire like 1 hour, if I keep on talking, okay, and I want to describe that, how will I say that? Let's say you have मैं थक गया. Instead of खेलते खेलते, it would be, Sebastian ji, you want to give it a try, or you want to think?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
मैं थक गया. So to teach is सिखाना.
No. So I want to say the word speak.
Bolte, bolte.
Right?
बोलते, yes.
बोलते बोलते. Okay, मैं बोलते बोलते थक गया, in which I'm describing that, like, over the period of time, in the period of an hour, basically. Okay, बोलते बोलते थक गया. Typically, the moms would say to the kids, like, like my kid, like young kids, right? I mean, and then like they don't listen, right? And they'll just do same thing even when you say don't do this, don't do that. Like, तो मैं बोलते बोलते थक गई, but ये नहीं सुनेगा. Like, he will not listen or she will not listen, even though I got tired of just speaking. Okay, मैं बोलते बोलते थक गया. Okay,
Ji, can I ask a question?
please.
Okay, instead of saying it bolte bolte, can you say baat kar tak gaya? Because I
बात
became
करते
tired.
करते, बात करते करते.
Yes.
So if you want to use, because the verb is बात करना, okay, you want to modify it to बात करते करते.
Yes.
मैं बात करते करते थक गया. Yes, you can say that, right? मैं बात करते करते थक गया. Okay. Okay. Let's say you want to use some other verbs. Which other word would you like to try? Elizabeth ji, just take any word.
Actually, I had a question about the meaning. When you repeat the word, does it mean that you got tired of speaking because you spoke too much, or you just got tired because you were talking too much?
Because I spoke, yeah, exactly. I spoke for a long time over the period, over this
Right.
entire duration. That's why it's like action is repeated over time. So I was talking and I kept talking throughout the period. That's why I got tired.
Okay,
So
so it doesn't mean that you got tired of talking. Like you could have talked more, but you
yes,
just got tired. Okay.
yeah. So take any other word of your choice.
Mais gâté, gaï or Gaia. No,
For
gaï.
you, for you it will be गई.
Yeah.
मैं गाते गाते थक गई. Okay, मैं गाते गाते थक गई. Okay, anyone else would like to try? Meeta
Say
ji?
kelte kelte.
There's just something that comes to my mind, and it's what you say to children. So, aste aste cow.
Oh, I see. धीरे धीरे. Okay, yeah. So yes, that is correct. You say that, right? But again, that's also and you are telling them in a manner in which they should eat. Okay. Think of a verb though.
Okay. Chalte.
Okay. मैं चलते चलते
मैं चलते चलते थक गया.
थक गई. Okay. मैं चलते चलते थक गई. Okay. Any other, instead of gaya, you can change it also. So now you change the subject, take the any underlying verb, and then use a different verb. So this is your participle, and use a different verb. think of any other sort of a case. Okay, give me just 1 minute. I'm gonna mute everyone. And yes, anyone would like to share any other example and use the same template? Okay, Nandini ji, yes, go ahead.
वो दौड़ते दौड़ते वहां पहुंचा.
Okay, very good. वो बोलते बोलते, one more time. वो बोलते बोलते बाहर पहुंचा.
I'm sorry, my pronunciation is so bad. वह दौड़ते दौड़ते, he ran and reached there.
Okay, okay. फिर दौड़ते दौड़ते बाहर पहुंचा, right? Very good. दौड़ते
दौड़ते
बाहर, he came outside, बाहर पहुंचा. Awesome. मैं दौड़ते दौड़ते बाहर पहुंचा. Anyone else? Anyone else want to use? And again, it's, bahar pahuncha. You could have simply said wo bahar pahuncha. He came outside. But you
That's
want
my accent so bad. I was trying to say wahan pahuncha.
bahar pahuncha, right? Oh, no, yours.
I said it so badly. Sorry.
No,
It's my
come on.
accent.
No, yours is correct. It's correct. Wo, but the thing is, like, it's basically the main thing is wo wahan pahuncha. He reached there. Okay. You want to, again, going back to the basic, you are describing the manner, how he reached there. Dorte dorte. He reached there, like, running over a period of time. Dorte dorte pahuncha. Okay. This can confuse people a lot, but if you always think about, what is it changing? It's changing the underlying verb, or it's describing the underlying verb. Then there will not be any confusion. Okay. Otherwise, like, you always get confused about like whether it is describing the verb or the noun. Okay. And we'll get to that example also, where it's like you have a confusion about what is happening here. Is it the noun which is getting modified or the verb that is getting modified? Okay, so this case is also done. I hope it's clear. We'll do I guess I'll give you some more exercise, and then you guys can tell me how you will say it in this manner. Okay. Okay, so I have two sentences and I want you to merge them together. First one is मैं किताब पढ़ रही थी. Okay, this is your sentence number one. मैं किताब पढ़ रही थी. मैं सो गई. Okay, I want all of you to think about it. Look at both of these sentences, merge them together using the formula or the template we just learned. Okay, and you can use the Zoom chat or you can use the Facebook chat. मैं किताब पढ़ रही थी, मैं सो गई. Okay. Okay, Linda ji, good try. Okay, remember the verb. Think about the verb. In this case, is I have written it's in present continuous. So the verb is padna. Okay, verb is padna. Okay, awesome. More people. Awesome. So what was the action that was happening over the period of time? And that's when she fell asleep. Or Okay, very good, right? So let's see. Let's cast a new person. Veeraji, you want to unmute yourself? I know it's your first time probably.
जी हाँ,
Yeah, please try it out. How will you say that?
मैं किताब पढ़ते पढ़ते सो गई.
Very good, right? So you will say मैं किताब पढ़ते पढ़ते सो गई. Okay, so what she did was she took the word underline, which is padhna, she removed the na and she changed into the masculine singular oblique form of the participle, which is basically padhte, and she said it twice. मैं किताब पढ़ते पढ़ते सो गई. Okay. Now I'm not gonna write it. I'm gonna read it, and I want all you to listen and think how you will merge them together. The
One question I have.
yes.
If the मैं changes to something else, उन्होंने or हम, nothing changes in the sentence?
Okay, so if it is
उन्होंने,
मैं,
they.
so for they you will say the pronoun
उन्होंने.
no they.
Oh, they, sorry, yes, they.
So if you're saying they, it's correct. उन्होंने is they plus ने. Okay, so if you're saying instead of मैं हम, it's correct. Same thing. हम किताब पढ़ते पढ़ते सो गए. Okay, वह किताब पढ़ते करते सो गया, or John or Stacy, then it's correct. There's no change in there.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
I'm going to pick up the pace. I'm going to read it out loud. चोर भाग रहा था, चोर वहां पहुंचा. चोर, a thief, भाग रहा था, चोर वहां पहुंचा. Okay, Sheila ji?
I didn't quite hear the second one, but it was a thief ran away and the thief and something about coming back.
So
Arriving.
first, okay, one more time. चोर
Sure,
भाग रहा था.
was the thief running away.
Okay.
I didn't quite hear the middle bit of the second one.
Second one I'll say it, okay? चोर वहां पहुंचा.
And arrived there.
That's right. That's right. So chor.
Sure. Oh, so which way around is this thing? So what are we trying to say? He ran away and then he got there.
Oh, what is the action that is repeating? Verb is bhag raha tha. So the word is
running away. Bhag raha tha.
bhagna.
So,
Bhagna is the word.
So pahunchte.
The other way around.
The other way around. I find this difficult because I can't understand what it's trying to say. So what are we? Bhagte vaha pahunsha.
Very good. Chor bhagte bhagte vaha pahucha. Okay. The thief reached there running, basically. That's what it means. The thief reached there running. Bhagte bhagte. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, now the next thing is, it's hard, but I think you guys are doing great. Okay, वे लड़ रहे थे. I'm going to translate also. वे लड़ रहे थे. Jackie ji, what is it saying? वे लड़ रहे थे.
They are doing something.
Okay.
They were doing something. What was the second word?
Yeah, they were doing something for sure. But what were they doing? वे लड़ रहे थे.
Sorry, what's the second word again?
लड़ रहे. लड़, yeah.
Lord.
What is ladna?
Lagna.
Ladna, yes.
Fight.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ladna. So, वे लड़ रहे थे meaning?
They were fighting.
They were fighting. Okay. They were fighting. वे लड़ रहे थे. वे मेरे पास आए.
Oh.
मेरे पास आए.
They were fighting near you.
No, no, no. This is second sentence. वे लड़ रहे थे. That is correct, right? They were fighting. वे मेरे पास आए. Okay, if I say car मेरे पास आई would be the car मेरे पास आई would be
The car went past you.
it came near me. Yeah, that's right. Similarly, वे मेरे पास आए.
They came near you.
They came to me. Yeah, that's right. They came to me. Okay. Let me say it again. Both the sentences is hard. Okay. वे लड़ रहे थे. They were fighting. वे मेरे पास आए. They came to me.
Okay. They lurte. Gaye.
मेरे पास
Meri pass.
आए.
Aye. Sorry.
Very good. No, you are correct. This is hard because I'm not writing it down, right? That's why it's hard and it's challenging also, right? So it's absolutely correct. वे लड़ते लड़ते मेरे पास आए. They came to me fighting. That's what essentially what it means. They came to me fighting. Okay. Anyone is finding it hard, please feel free to pause me, and I want to work with you. So whoever is finding it very hard, it's okay. This is a challenging exercise, right? So if you want me to work with you, I'm gonna do the next example with you. Sharon ji, let's do the next example together. Okay. I'm gonna help you. मैं सो रही थी. This should be easy for you.
I was thinking.
I was sleeping.
Okay. Next one is मुझे याद आया.
Forgot myself.
मुझे याद आया.
Are you saying yaha as in there? I went over there?
Yard.
याद.
Oh, yad as in to remember.
That's right. Very good. मुझे याद आया is
I remembered.
I remembered. Very good. Okay. So मैं सो रही थी. मुझे याद आया.
Oh.
मैं सोते सोते then I have to add the second sentence. So yad aya, did you say?
Very good. There you go. So one more time.
मैं सोचते सोचते याद आया.
So the first word was sona.
Sote
Okay.
sote, sorry.
Very good. So and then to me.
मुझे याद आया.
मुझे सोते सोते याद आया. Okay, I remembered while sleeping, or I remembered sleeping. Okay, it came to me while I was sleeping. मुझे सोते सोते याद आया.
मुझे सोते सोते याद आया.
I think you did it pretty correctly. It just I'm not writing it down, so that's why it's like.
And I have this great dependence on reading to understand. So
No. That's why this is even challenging, because you have to remember everything, the sentences, right? So.
well, while you have me on mic, and I know this goes back way to the beginning of the class, can I ask Delia to repeat what she said, which distinguish between nouns and verbs, as to why one was using say and one was using hue?
Yeah, Delacy, on popular demand.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay.
So we are building adverbs, and if we use verbs to build adverbs like we do it in this class, then we use the imperfective participle singular oblique, like te and hue. Right, this is what we're doing this class. We take a verb at the imperfective participle te and hue. Then we have an adverb, right?
Okay.
So, and before with the se, we have nouns. So if you take a noun like kushi, or what did we also had? Gussa, then we have to add se. But because we add a postposition, we have to change the noun into the oblique case. Kushi is a feminine noun, so the oblique case stays kushi, se. Gussa is a male noun, so it changes to gusse, se. So if you take a noun to build an adverb, you make it oblique and add se. If you have a verb, you add imperfective participle singular oblique, te, and add hue.
Great, thank you. I'm making these notes because Delacy does not expand as much as we're expanding here. And this chapter will come up for us elementary Hindi folks. And I want to be able to have more notes to share with them when we get to the chapter. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Delacy. So we'll continue. So this chapter, this particular one, how to use the imperfective participle as an adverb, we'll have to do at least one more class. It might be two more. So bear with me because there are multiple cases. One is you've learned it, like at least two of them, haste hue or haste haste. We've learned at least two main cases, right? But then we'll do some more. Okay, but I want to do some more practice on this one. Okay, Austin ji, hear me out. This one should be simple. मैं सारा दिन काम कर रहा था. मैं सारा दिन काम कर रहा था. Second sentence. What does it mean, first of all? मैं सारा दिन काम कर रहा था.
I was working the whole day.
Okay. मैं थक गया.
I got tired.
Merge them together.
मैं सारा दिन करती थक गया.
One more time. मैं सारा दिन.
मैं सारा दिन काम करते करते थक गया.
Here you go. मैं सारा दिन काम करते करते थक गया. Okay. I got tired working the whole day. Okay. Okay. This one is slightly hard, but Sebastian ji, I'm gonna ask you to work with me on this one. It says Mareez. Mareez is Urdu word for patient, like a patient in the hospital. Okay, Mareez. Okay, Mareez, and then it uses another sort of vocabulary also. Palang. Palang is bed. Okay, the patient is on the bed basically, right? I mean, so think of it as this way. मरीज पलंग पर लेटा था. Okay, what does it mean?
Like the patient lays on the bed.
That's right. मरीज पलंग पर on the bed लेटा था. Okay. Okay, this is another word called ऊब जाना. Okay. ऊब जाना. So this is another way of what does it mean? Anyone would like to say? ऊब जाना.
Get up.
Huh?
Get up.
Not उठ जाना. It's ब sound. ऊब जाना.
Stand up.
Huh?
To get bored.
To get bored. There you go. To get bored. To get bored. Okay. Sebastian ji, this is a new word. ऊब जाना. Like मैं ऊब रहा हूँ. It's like I'm getting bored. My daughter keeps saying I'm getting bored. Like even though you do 10 things, but like I'm bored. Right? I'm just saying it so you remember it. ऊब जाना. Okay. मरीज ऊब गया. Okay.
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 So मरीज जाते जाते पलंग पर लेटा था.
Okay, let me say it again, both the sentences. So, मरीज पलंग पर लेटा था, मरीज ऊब गया.
Okay. So it's not मरीज पलंग पर ऊब jate, jate?
The other way around. He got tired or he got bored laying.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
No, so, you,
Jat-
so the first one is correct, right? Maris ऊब गया. You just have to do this part.
okay, okay. So, Maris palang par lete, lete?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Right?
okay, okay.
Maris पलंग पर लेटे लेटे ऊब गया. There you go, right? मरीज पलंग पर लेटे लेटे ऊब गया. Okay, मरीज पलंग पर लेटे लेटे ऊब गया. There you go. Okay. We have at least 2 or 3 more scenarios for this. I think it's appropriate we continue next week. Yeah. But if there are any questions on this one, on this topic, we can definitely take it. There are some new folks also joined, so we should definitely.
Ashutosh,
Yes.
it might be helpful if you wrote next to the sentence that was the patient on the bed, the other sentence, which is the patient boringly, the patient, like using it as an adjective.
Which
of
one?
patient. So write the same sentence about the patient being bored lying on the bed.
So,
So instead of using it adverbally, to use it adjectively for contrast.
can I use the same, like right now we are using it the manner, right? Or the question is, can we use it as an adjective?
Yeah,
that the-
you were saying the boring patient was
The
lying.
boring patient. Yeah. I see.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can say that. How will you say?
And that's what, because I think that helps understand the difference between the two and the structure of the sentence.
Yes.
So the boring patient would be, let's think, hua, Naris?
Ubahu.
Ubahua.
So, ubta hua. Can I say ubta hua also? Because this is a special verb. I mean, typically you would say ubta hua. The way that we have taught in the previous class, you remove the,
Well, maybe
na-
it's not a good example to do it with, but maybe a better example.
Yes, we can definitely take a better example. So, I mean, again, so you can use a simple verb, rona. It's a good example. One is rota. Sorry, I'm going to change. The first one is rota hua ladka, right? Crying boy, right? Right? रोते हुए लड़के ने कहा. रोते हुए लड़के ने कहा. This one is your adverb. This one is your adjective. This one is describing the boy. रोता हुआ लड़का. This one is describing this. कहा. Okay. If you always notice the reason adverbs can be confusing because we tend to think maybe it's describing the noun. Okay. And I'll tell you, I can give you a brief summary of where this confusion will come. For example, माँ ने, and we'll do it in the next class. Okay. माँ ने रोते हुए बच्चे को गले लगाया. ओके. उठाया और गले लगाया. टू गले लगाना is to embrace. माँ is mother.
Mother embraced the crying boy.
Okay, so now the question is,
or is it the crying?
Who is crying?
Who's
Who is
crying?
crying? Who is crying? The mother or the
Or the
kid?
children, yeah.
Right. So we'll do that next class. Okay. Right. So that is the thing which will sort of like
Yeah. It's too
Yes. Any more questions before we? I'm leaving this on question, but we'll pick it up from here in the next class. Okay, and if somebody didn't get it, you can write it down as an example. माँ ने रोते हुए बच्चे, I think you all get it. गले लगाया is to embrace, okay, or to hug, okay. Now the question here is, who is crying? माँ ने रोते हुए. So the mom, while she was crying, she embraced the kid, or she embraced the kid who is crying, right? So again, we'll pick it up next class, okay? For folks who watched live on Facebook, thank you so much. We'll stop the broadcast and we'll take some introductions from the new folks.